Hello everybody and welcome to Dynamic GT League's No Boost series for race 7 from the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and joining us on commentary as we take a look at the standings is Ray. I hope you're well today, Ray. Looking forward to the rain?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rain.
Good. What about Sharon?
Wet and moist.
What, Sharon's wet and moist?
I don't know.
Well, Lorraine's mate. Okay, so Demon Art leading the standings at the moment. Open up a bit of a gap. Steve F1's got 4 points over SGP. Little bit of a gap back to Conrad, and then a big gap back to Jason, and another big gap back to Artpal, who's got SRI Rock Pitch Trumpet. And then we've got about 10 points-ish to Twilight. Then Gary and Nelly very close. Jimmy about 8 points behind them. Rich Blues and Critical dropped off a little bit. Unfortunately, a few of the drivers have missed a few races this championship. Critical last week said he should be back this week. This week he said he should be back next week. Rich Blues last minute unable to race today, and Nelly was on holiday for a couple of weeks, wasn't he? And SRI missing the race last week as well, I think it was. So what are you looking forward to in today's race then, Ray?
The fact that it goes into a nighttime transition.
Oh, yeah, I had just forgotten about that. Yeah. So what do you reckon the difficulty factors are going to be for the drivers with that?
Well, visibility is try to pick out the braking points in the dark.
Could temperature be an issue?
Yeah, temperature on the tyres. Because I think at night time on hard tyres and it's pretty cold, I could see them sliding about.
Absolutely. It's definitely a possibility. I mean, just to remind everybody as well that there is a mandatory tyre rule in effect, so the drivers will need to use the soft and hards. But we'll see how they're going to get on. If you want to take us through the grid, Ray, on what looks to be a little bit of a misty day.
Yeah, might get rain then. It's misty. So Steve F1, sorry, SGP on pole position on softs. Conrad in second place on the softs. And then his brother in paint jobs is Steve F1 in third on the softs as well. Jason on the softs in fourth. Demon R fifth, and he's on the softs. And then we're coming down to Artpal. He's on the softs. And then we're coming to the SRI in 7th place. He's on the hards. 8th place we've got Nelly. He's on the hards. Oh, interesting. And then Twilight on the softs in 9th place. 10th place we've got Gary, and he's on the hards. And Jimmy, which Jimmy got last place, softs, 11th.
An interesting mix there with the top 6 going with a soft compound tyre. We're at 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go. Connor's not moved, and Jason's into the back of him. It's chaos at Spa. It's reminiscent of Coulthard in the rain, causing chaos. But SGP up at the front, he's held on to the lead. For the moment, anyway, down the Kemmel straight. That was a massive crash there, Ray.
Yeah, and even though he didn't move, he's still in third place. Jason gave him the hyper shift.
Aye, that he did. Steve F1 having a look up the inside into the end of the Kemmel. Oh, SGP's got a little bit deep. Now he's holding the curb to make sure he doesn't hit Conrad. But he's now side by side with Steve F1. Breaking away, and quick reminder, the drivers don't know what tyres each other are on at the moment, but I think if you were in SGP, Demon R or Conrad's boots, you'd probably be thinking, we're all on hards here, and Steve F1 might be on the softs because he's buggering off.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be that way. If Demon R's on, he knows he's on the softs, so he'll probably be thinking Steve F1's on the softs and just blasting the first couple of laps to try and get a bit of a gap, and then he can start thinking about managing tyres and whatnot.
I think you could be very right there. Also, I mean, if we mentioned a bit about cooler temperatures potentially in the dark, as Nelly and SRI side by side in the on the pack camp with Jimmy right behind them on soft tyres. Jimmy may need to try and get past them as quickly as he can. But again, at Spa, you have to kind of pick and choose where you're going to make moves. You also have to be careful of running a little bit wide there. It's very easy to spin it. But yeah, so you can make a move into the final chicane. We've talked about this so many times. You can make a move into the final chicane, or even turn one. Turn one's probably not the wisest because you'll probably get repassed at the end of the Kemmel. But I think if you've got the pace and maybe a tyre offset, go for the move into the final chicane as Conrad is here. Goes a little deep. Demonard just about gives it the space. Oh, Conrad a little deep again. Not sure if there was a bit of contact there, but Connor's pulling over.
Yep, and that's allowed our pal to get 2 places in one corner.
Yeah, I think that was. It did look like it was Connor sort of backing out of there, so perhaps a little bit too deep on the brakes on that occasion. Feeling it wasn't necessarily the fairest of overtakes, and yeah, it looked a little bit foggy down towards Eau Rouge, like top of Raddy on there. It is looking a little foggy. The cooler temperature though could help the soft tyres. They may last a little bit longer, and what we don't know is exactly what is going to happen with the weather going forward. And I am hearing as well that Conrad appears to have started. I'll get me word that in a moment. And that's why his car was then stationary on the grid. I thought Arpal was getting sideways then, but he was just swinging to the other side of the track to get a nice turn in.
Yeah, and Arpal's doing well. He's he's defended from Demonala now as we come down. Is it Brooks? What's the name of this car?
That one's no name.
That one's no name. Yeah, we're on to Pouon next.
I think it was Rivage, wasn't it? Beau Rivage?
I don't know. Yeah, but Arpal's in 3rd place. He has Demonar behind him, but we'll see what Demonar do you think? Oh, Demonar's got a penalty.
Yeah. I don't know where from. I mean, I'm not sure if it was that moment with Conrad. I doubt it. Maybe you went wide at Blanchimont. It's very easy to do. But I was going to ask you, Ray. So on the talk of the track last week, as Demonar serves his penalty, that's going to allow Conrad a good run here. Yeah. So you were saying like, Eau Rouge may not be flat on the softs, and Blanchimont may not be flat on the softs. I think it is on the softs flat. But if the drivers lift a little, it will save the tyres. It will. Oh, SGP's all over the back of Steve F1.
Yeah, he's got him, and SRI, Nelly and Jimmy are still in a wee tanglement coming out of the bus stop. But yeah, SGP's closed that gap. What's Steve F1's lap? 2:19. That's SGP, 2:19.
Yeah, well, SGP's just done the fastest lap of the race, and maybe Steve F1's had a slightly slower lap, as we are now 3 laps in and see the sparks fly. And one of the difficulties following someone this closely up Eau Rouge is it is difficult to see exactly where you are positioned and where the curbs are as SGP pulls to the inside. Oh yeah.
Lights came on SGP's car there as he goes for the position into the comms.
Well, I think the reason his lights have come on, and Steve F1, is because it is starting to get a little darker. And to be fair, when it does get dark, it's going to happen quickly. Because we are basically transitioning 24 hours in 40 minutes.
And we got SRI in the same place as SGP, got Steve F1.
Oh, yes. Okay, so what we've got here then, Conrad closing in on Arpal. Let's see, tyres back quarter gone. DNR looked like he's going to be wide into Pouon there. Now, Conrad has been, obviously, he's been one of the fastest drivers of this championship. I'm just wondering though, Ray, excuse me, last time out, he started on the softs, didn't get on with the hard tyres. After that, he started on the softs again here. And I'm wondering whether he'd be better off, as it is starting to get dark now, he'd be better off starting on the hard tyre, because that's what has, I think, worked for him over the course of this championship, as he's got a really good, really gassy, got really good run on hard power.
He's starting on his hard, well, that was working for him for a few races.
What a move! Sorry, go on.
Even he didn't win all the races, but he got back into contention of like third place, second place, and whatnot. Oh, a little rough tap there, or do you think he just got in a power to?
I think he may have just got a little bit squirrely. I mean, he did make a beautiful move around Blanchimont, and he does take 2 to tango there. Oh, he's gone deep though into turn 1. He's very deep. Oh, he's going to lose 2 places maybe. Side by side, no, Demon R is ahead, so yeah, he makes a beautiful move around Blanchimont. And I was going to say, fair play to Artpal on that, because if Artpal had have understeered wide at all, it would have knocked Conrad off, but that didn't happen, so well done to the both of them. But yeah, that's now cost Conrad 2 positions. He has got a bit of a slipstream though with Demon R here, and bump draft. It might not be a bad idea. Demon R tends to be quick, so on the inside he's going. Is he going to be brave on the brakes?
Going to follow him in? No, Conrad doesn't follow him in. Demon a little bit deep there, but he's managing to hold on. Artpal's looking for a switchback. Is he going to get it down into the hairpin? No, he's got Conrad all over his bumper, so he's having to defend as well. He's looking forward. He's looking back over his shoulder.
In anger. That's a different song. But on the pack cam, we've got SRI and Nelly battling it out. Jimmy has got ahead of them finally on his soft compound tyres, but whether he's going to be able to pull away now or not, I don't know. Oh, wow, definitely not if he does that, because Nelly's coming past him. Okay, so yeah, Conrad's still behind Artpal, and I am hearing, yeah, we can take a look at a replay of the start of the race. So
that's alright, Conrad made a move on the
well, we don't care about that. So yeah, Conrad moved, got a jump start, then his car wouldn't move, and it's chaos then for Jason. I mean, what? Oh, for Artpal, that's unlucky. Talk us through these replays here, Ray.
Conrad just getting a jump start, so he's not moved. Jason's not managed to get around him. Artpal's went in the back of Jason. Jason's spinning like he's on a deck table, and everybody else has just smashed their way through. Gary get collected there as well.
Yeah, I mean, Gary did really well to avoid the back of Artpal, and then, yeah, Jason spinning backwards in front of him. Apologies to cut you off. Obviously, SRI's overtake is important, but that's what the pack cab is for.
And
also, I did try. Oh!
Jesus, Demon R nearly lost it there. Yeah. I think Jason was a pinball wizard there.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's see. What have we got now? So Demon R's... I mean, the gap between Demon R and Artpal hasn't grown much. SGP has... he's dropped Steve F1, hasn't he? So after catching him up and passing him, yeah. I mean, we can't really see Steve there, but yeah, maybe I think he's trying to look after his tyres a bit.
Might be, but it's getting dark and cool, so will the tyres last a wee bit longer? Jimmy in the pits, he was on the softs. I don't know what he's going to, but we'll soon find out, hopefully.
I think it will be the hard tyre, and I think, oh, who's this?
Hey, Matt.
Go on.
That's Conrad on Artpal. He's going for the move on Artpal.
Yep, so he's made that move once again, down into Rivage, now through No Name. On the pack cam, that looks like we're riding on board with Jimmy coming out of the pits, and let's not forget, folks, around here in the 24-hour layout, the pit entry is the normal one, the pit exit is after Radion, so a long way to go there. As Conrad, having now got past Artpal, needs to see if he can make some inroads into Demon R, because we know Conrad's got the pace. Now looking at the tyre wear rate, he'll probably get another couple of laps out of those soft tyres, won't he?
Yeah, about 7, 8 laps, depending on how you push it, and I'm sure maybe Steve F1, SGP and Demon R might get that wee bit more out of them because they do have the sim dashboard app, and they can keep their tyres at a certain temperature if when needs be.
Absolutely. Okay, so this still there. So Conrad is closing in a little bit. Oh, not anymore. Oh, he's gone very deep there. As Demon R's gone into the pit lane. I don't know whether Conrad perhaps just braked a little late there or not. I'm not sure, but you don't really want to be going deep. I mean, once again, Conrad is showing he's got pace, but there seems to be a few issues creeping in here at the moment. For SGP though, last week's race winner, leading here and looking quite comfortable. He's got a fairly decent gap over Steve F1, as I mentioned a moment ago. But to be fair to Artbound, he's still there with Conrad. And hang on, is that Steve F1 just ahead of things? I think Steve F1's losing time. Because he's there.
Yeah, he's there. So, is he looking after his tyres too much?
Or has his tyres started going?
Okay. That as well.
Maybe. Okay, Demon R is on his way out. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, it'd be nice if we could see his tyre life. He started very quickly, didn't he? So maybe he did just take a little bit too much life out of the tyres in those first 2 laps trying to open that gap up. We should also mention as well that Nelly and SRI are currently in 5th and 6th, and the gap is not that big. Oh, it's Conrad's wide! Oh, through poo on. He's managed to keep going. It's so easy to dip a wheel, but here comes Artbound on a bit of a challenge. What's going to mention? Yeah, the hard tyres. So it'd be interesting to have how long Nelly and SRI go on those, but also for SGP, Steve F1 and Connor and Artbound, they would have liked to, I think, have opened up a bit more of a gap to Nelly and SRI.
Yeah, and look at different colours of lights. There's yellow ones,
that's okay.
dull ones, and bright ones.
Yeah, just so Connor's tyres have taken a bit of punishment in this last couple of laps, which is to be expected in these soft compound tyres. Big sparks from Conrad there. He may have been a little bit wide. Steve F1 on the brakes. Conrad going straight on. Oh dear, brakes glowing in the dark. Oh dear. Oh no.
That's got to be a penalty. He wasn't in the pit lane.
Yeah, it was the wrong side of the bollard, wasn't he? Oh dear. Okay, so
well, here's SRI, Jason, and Nelly. So
they weren't that far behind, were they?
Jason's not that. He's caught up. Steve F1 is in the pits. Conrad's in the. Well, we've seen Conrad go in the pit. I don't know. Steve F1 had went in the pit.
Well, what will be interesting here is, as we now see Jason on the back of SRI, Jason on the soft tyres, so we'll be pitting soon, is Demon R has done a lap on the hard tyres already, I believe, and he is going down the normal turn, start-finish straight to La Source now. So, will he have gained or lost over Steve F1 as he goes round the first corner? Where is Steve F1? It's showing that he's still in the pit lane, but I think he is on his way out of the pits. Let's see then if the undercut has worked. There's a car up there. Yeah, he was way up the road, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's no, is that him there? Or is that Conrad?
I think that's Conrad. There's Steve F1. Yeah, so Conrad isn't that far behind. Demon R's got a great run though. With his tyres a little bit warmer, Steve F1 doesn't push it, and Connor's got a 6-second penalty. Oh dear.
Oh, so he's had 3 seconds going in and 3 seconds coming out.
Oh no, it's a big crash as well. Oh no, Connor.
He's on hard tyres. They might not be up to temp yet, and he's pushed it too hard for the corner. Or he's hit the curb and the curb's unsettled it.
Quite possibly. That car's wobbling, it's gone again!
He's got dirty tyres.
Oh dear. Okay, SGP, he's got hardly any tyres. We haven't really talked about lap times at all yet. So SGP's fastest was 2:19, then did a 2:20, 2:21, 2:22, 2:22.9. Now we saw Demon R catch up and pass Steve F1, so SGP now heading into the pits. I'd be interested to see.
Conrad stopped, I get stuck again.
Oh no.
I can only tell because it's 6
Yeah.
I can't please.
Yeah. Can't see him. But he is there, so it's all going a little bit wrong for Conrad. As SRI's got a bit of a run on Nelly. But I don't think he's really been attacking him otherwise. Oh, he's flashing his tic-tacs at him now. But what we do need to keep an eye out for is where Demon R is in reference to SGP, as Nelly now takes the lead of the race on lap 8. The hard tyres have got hardly any wear on them, Ray, so they actually look like they could probably do the full distance, you know. But obviously the drivers have got to use another compound. A tyre, I do like the sparks in the dark, it does look good. Okay, SGP, go.
I said, yeah, it does look good. And the two VR guys at it.
Well, I don't want to know what they're at it with their VRs, but yeah, going at it hammer and tongs around Spa at the moment. So SGP has just exited the pit. I think we're looking backwards. Now we're looking forwards from Demon R, so Demon R can see SGP. So interestingly, Demon R pitting 1 lap before Steve F1, got a big undercut on him and passed him, doing 2 laps over SGP. Has caught him up massively. He's right pretty much behind him. Let's see, what are the lap times here? Oh, actually, okay, Demon R. So, yeah, so he's out lap to 2:52. He's first time lap 2:22. So Demon R on the hard tyre a little quicker than the worn soft tyre, but he is all over the back of SGP now. I didn't see this coming.
No, so that Demon R getting his tyres up to temperature quickly and posting a faster lap time than worn soft, so kind of worked out. I thought he was going deep there, but he wasn't. Two different lines. He's having a look.
Do you think with the amount he's caught up, it does look good, but I'm wondering, do you think with the amount Demon R has caught up, do you think SGP might think he's on the soft tyre?
Good actually, as Nelly and SRI, we're back to them. Yeah, he could be thinking of Demon R's still getting our pit stop to do. Yeah. SRI with a half-second penalty.
I'm not sure exactly where from, but it is easy to pick them up when you are running this close behind another car. And to be fair, I think it's been wise of Nelly and SRI to not really battle on this strategy, as Nelly's got a bit deep though. And the reason I say about not battling is, I think to make a hard compound start work for you, you either need weather to come in later on, as Demon R's got a bit of a run on SGP. I'd be surprised if he goes for it to one. But yeah, you can't really afford to lose time in that first stint, can you?
No, not at all. I was looking at SRI's lap times, they were a wee bit over the place, 22, 23, 24, back to... So, must not be getting consistency with these hard tyres. But yeah, look at this, Demon R going to go for a move into Lacombs.
Yep.
He's got it, hasn't he? He's got it, he's there, he's side by side. He's posted a fast sector time, so we'll see if he takes SGP's fast time off him if he keeps it up.
Well, I don't think he'd be able to get a 2:19 9 on the hard tyre if he could. That's kind of Conrad pace. Oh, you know what? I've just spotted. Nelly's got. SRI. Is that the same half second? Yeah, it is. It is. I thought he got another one. Yeah, unfortunately, we have lost the driver. I don't believe Formula Gary has broken down and is no longer in this race. So SRI is going to lose a little bit of time here. He's not going to be challenged from behind, but the next question for these up at the front is going to be, when do they pit for the soft compound tyre and how quick are they going to be able to go? I think one of the difficulties for them though, Ray, it is such a long pit stop here that it's about 35 seconds, I think. I think at the moment they've got about 15 seconds-ish over Demon R. So they're gonna need to pump in some fast lap times when they do go to those soft compound tyres, unless it rains.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for that.
Oh, Nelly made a mistake. Sorry. Yeah, he's made a meal of the final corner. It's SRI's turn now to take the lead. If this were Nelly, it'd be sensible to tuck him behind, clean up his tyres. SRI's got a little deep, but it's okay. Yeah, if Nelly's got the run, I don't think he'll get a run here. Yeah, I mean,
Nelly giving it back. It's all right.
Flashing them lights. I hope you're not epileptic.
A warning. When you put a warning on, flashing lights.
Yeah, absolutely. Now there is something on the pack cam. I think it's a rear wing. I've no idea who of. Oh, I think it's Conrad.
Yeah, it's Conrad.
Yeah. Okay, so SRI now leading. See, you mentioned about SRI's lap times. He did like 23, 22, 24, 24, but now he's leading the race, so quite interesting. I would like to see what sort of lap times Demon R, SGP and Steve F1 are doing, and Arpal to be fair, because Arpal, I'm trying to think, he pitted at the same time as Steve F, no he didn't, he pitted at the same time as SGP, he went a little longer, so here's Demon R, 2:21.6 on his last lap, so yeah, Demon R is flying. SGP 23. Let's see what Steve F1 got. 23 as well. So Steve F1 was able to close in on SGP because I mean, they're really close, but they don't seem to have the pace of Demon R at the moment. Arpal 23.1, so he's on the pace of SGP and Steve F1. But I suppose, Ray, if for SGP, if he thinks Demon R's on the soft compound tyre, he's not going to try and go faster, is he? Because he'll be thinking, I'm still leading this race.
Yeah, he'll be thinking Demon R's got to pit, so that'll put Demon R back. But if Demon R isn't pitted by now, then in the next couple of laps, then SGP might be a wee bit worried.
Yeah, absolutely. So SRI still leading ahead of Nelly as Nelly got a bit wide and a little bit wobbly. I mean, obviously we couldn't really see that it was definitely his car, but we know it was his car. He's gone deep! Oh dear! As SRI heading to the pit lane, and yeah, Nelly getting the penalty. Do you reckon him running a little bit wide and getting a wobble on through Blanchimont may have caused his going deep at the final chicane at the bus stop?
Could it have been that, or could it have been SRI kept it tight on a hairpin and had to slow it down so he, sorry, at the bus stop, so he could get in the pit lane?
Quite possibly, quite possibly. Okay, SGP has improved his lap times to a 2:22.7. Demon R though did a 2:22.1, so still opened that gap up a little bit. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if SGP is a little bit, not in cruise mode, but thinking, yeah, his race is with the car behind him, not the car in front of him. Let's see, so yeah, Steve F1 did a 22.7 as well, so matching SGP. So maybe their tyres are coming good now, getting the temperature in them. And it looks like it's also starting to get a little
Uphill 22.3. Uphill 22.3. What was
Steve F1 was at 22.7. Whoa, Jason got a great run on SRI. Oh, that's because SRI's come out of the pits, isn't it? So Jason now on the hard compound tyre. SRI though on the soft compound. Jason did a 22.7 for the last 2 laps. So Jason on the pace of SGP and Steve F1. So massive frustration for Jason with the way the start of the race went, as it is now brightening up. And this is where it'll be interesting to see if we see hard tyre runners get a little bit squirrely, as Jason did there. It does also look like he's got a little bit of excess movement going on in his car. But I think for SRI, he's got to go for this as early as is safe to do so. He's got the soft compound tyre, but it doesn't mean he can just go and chuck it up the inside at the first opportunity.
You got to be a sportsman and race to the rules. As he's trying now around outside, but he couldn't get it done. Jason just got a better exit. Well, this is going to slow these two down, so Jimmy might get back up. And what could it do to Nelly? Could it put Nelly in front of SRI?
Well, yeah, because SRI is only at the moment going at the pace of Jason, and Jason's on the hard. So Nelly into the pit lane. He's not got to his box yet, although it may look like he's about to exit the pits. He isn't. I think SRI's got to make the move if he can, down into the chicane. Looks to the outside. Yeah, later on the brakes. Jason fighting it. Oh, he's gone straight on, though. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That's one where Jason needs to let SRI through, and he has done. I think it is very easy to do that when you're defending there. You hit the brakes, you're on the marbles, and it goes. At least Jason, he knew straight away. Bit of a poo-poo there.
Yeah, it's alright. Put on the hazards just to say thank you.
Is it thank you or the other you? Okay, so as the sun is now starting to come out, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any rain here, right?
Who's that in front? I thought somebody was in front of SRI. There's Nelly coming out of the pits.
Yeah, well, Nelly's going to be slow down this straight, so it didn't really hold up SRI that much, did it? But then, you know what? I was thinking, so SRI on the soft tyre, he will have had, well, it would have been a fairly decent outlap, I reckon, even if he was held up a little bit by Jason. Not intentionally, just that's part of the race. Nelly now, though, needs to get a shift on. So let's see, SGP, not a lot of tyre wear, can still see Demon R. SGP's last lap, 22.0, so the pace is there now for SGP. Nelly's got a 3.5 second penalty.
Gee, that might be an exit or entry, and then he's been wide somewhere.
Yeah, I would guess it's probably going to be exit. We did just see Twilight on the pack cam a moment ago going a little bit slow, and looking at it, you know what, Ray, we have had another driver unfortunately retire from this race, and I do believe it is Conrad. Okay, so SGP, he's closed that gap up to Demon R now, so maybe the pace is there proper for SGP. Oh, he's gone!
What? Where's he gone?
He's got to see your ma.
No, Nelly's.
Oh, well, yeah, no comment. Oh, dear. Well, you know, on the pack cam, it looked like Demon R got a little bit sideways, and then SGP got a little bit more sideways, and ended up spinning it on the exit of the final corner. And it is so easy to do. I mean, we talk a lot of different tracks about, there's corners where...
What, Nelly?
Oh, yes. Because of Nelly serving his penalty.
Yeah.
There's corners where it's very easy to spin one.
Jimmy was sliding out of the bus stop.
I wonder if he slides out of the bathroom. I bet Jimmy loves going to like a wedding, right? Getting on the dance floor and taking his shoes off.
That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. That was very wide. He may not get a penalty if he was able to back off enough. As Jimmy now makes his way up Eau Rouge. Now, Nelly has got the advantage here of having the soft compound tyre, but he seems to be a little bit all over the road here.
Well, he's been off a couple of times, so he's going to have dirty tyres, and then do you think he's heating them up too much because it has got brighter?
Quite possibly. I mean, Jimmy is on 50% worn hard tyres, and at the moment he's able to keep Nelly behind him, but it is this middle sector where the hards lose a lot of the lap time, so Nelly just needs to try and be sensible, really. I mean, I think I would probably say that SRI is too far ahead for Nelly to try and catch now. I think the penalty kind of put a damper on that one. He's having a look into poo on, can't get it done, makes Jimmy go tight though, so he may get a switch back. He has got a switch back. Careful on the curve.
Oops.
Now he needs to be brave on the brakes, or don't be brave on the brakes, because Jimmy might understeer deep. Oh, and Nelly gets it done around the outside.
Jimmy, sorry, Jimmy.
I think he got on the curve a bit there, didn't he?
Yeah.
So easily done. Okay, now bit of information for you. Steve F1 we see on the pack cams dropped away from SGP, but I think SGP may have realised that Demon R might not be on the soft compound tyre, because if he is, he probably would have pitted by now, because, well, if he was on the soft compound tyre, he would have had to have pitted by now to try and regain some time. But yeah, I think for SGP to realise, oh, hang on a minute, SGP's in third, isn't he? He's had the spin. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Sorry. So, yeah, SGP would now be hoping more that Demon R is on the soft tyre, but he isn't.
I'm just hearing from ear as Nelly goes wide again. He's not getting that slowed down into turn one. He's having trouble there. We've had another car breakdown on track. I think somebody's been fiddling with these cars as we've lost Twilight.
Yeah, that we have. Okay, so Demon R consistently in the 222s. Steve F1 also consistently in the 222. So the gap between those two not really moving around. SGP, other than that 29, is in the 22s. He'll be kicking himself with that one. Art Pout, last couple of laps in the 223s, but to be fair, he's having a cracking race. He's not that far behind those front three. But here's SRI, who can now see Art Pout on his soft tyres. Jason on his hard tyres, can't keep up with SRI, and his pace has dropped off a little bit. And then Nelly, yeah, I don't think we could call his lap times consistent at the moment. Obviously, there was a pit stop in there as well. And for Jimmy, yeah, he's just got to keep on trucking and see if anything happens ahead of him. For Demon R, though, looking fairly comfortable. I mean, he was nowhere near the lead of this race until he'd done his pit stop.
Yeah, and putting on and getting the hard tyres to work compared to SGP at the start of the
stint, yeah. Well, it was both Steve F1 and SGP. I mean, maybe as well. What I think a factor may have been for Steve F1 and SGP going a lap and 2 laps longer on those soft tyres. Those last couple of laps for them would have been quite a bit slower. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at the amount of gap Demon R was able to close in, though.
Do you think SRI is going to get Art Pal with what? It's going to be 3 laps to go? Well, this one plus 2?
It's possible. I mean, his previous lap was a 2:21. He's just done another 2:21. Art Pal we saw, I think, was in the 23. So SRI catching at about 2 seconds a lap. It's potentially doable. I think it's all going to depend on how SRI's tyres are going to cope, and this is where we've mentioned before about I know it's frustrating hearing us talk about tyres all the time, but this is why, because we're in a situation where SRI posted a new fastest sector by 0.2 of a second. It's closing in on Art Pal, but are his tyres going to last?
That's a $1 million question.
Yeah. Now a little sprinkle of rain would be interesting now, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. So let's look at Art Pal's laps. Yeah. So in the 223s, but I mean, does Art Pal just sit there and go, "Well, I don't need to go fast here. You do."
And let SRI burn up his tyres.
Quite possible.
And SRI and Art Pal are in close battle on the championship as well.
Yeah, that is true. You know what? I think SRI may have actually dropped back a little bit here. I would have expected him to close that gap up a bit more in the middle sector. It hasn't really closed up much, has it? It looks like he's still got okay grip at the moment as Art Pal runs wide. Got to be so careful there. It's so easy to spin up the wheel on the AstroTurf and end up sliding around. I really would like to see SRI's tyres though, because there's still 2 laps to go after this one. So
yeah, there's a point difference between these two.
Okay, Who's ahead? Is it Art Pal ahead?
Art Pal's ahead, yeah.
And you see, I think SRI's just... I don't think he's got the grip in the slow corner there. Yeah, look at the... Okay, the tyres... I don't know if they'll do 2 more laps. SRI might have to watch out for Jason here, because if the front left tyre of the softs, or even the front right tyre, decides to die, Jason could get SRI hit. That's how many days.
I don't think SRI's got closer to Art Pal. I think he's lost a bit of time.
He actually did a 2:21 lap. I think Art Pal may have just had a quicker lap than his previous others. SRI did an okay lap time, a 2:21 too. It was faster than his previous one. So the grip is, but he's now 2.5 tenths down on the first sector. So, which is half a second down on what his previous. Yeah, so Art Pal did a 2:22.4. So
Yeah.
SRI has closed a little bit, but Art Pal's picked the pace up a little bit. Okay, this is fascinating. It's a little bit like cat and mouse.
Mouse, yeah.
Okay, so on the pack car, we can see Demon Art looking fairly comfortable still. I can now say, if SGP hasn't realised that Demon Art isn't on the soft tyres, he might do now. So, Art Pal, what have you got? Can you hold off the Scotsman? Where is the Scotsman, actually?
He's back there somewhere.
There.
Yeah, I don't think he's... I think he's struggling.
North. I'm wondering, I wonder if he's having to pace it a little bit in that middle sector, knowing that the tyres are on the edge. I think Art Pal may have... It looks like Art Pal's opened up the gap a little bit. He's stayed on the track better this time. It'd be interesting to see what the lap times are. Okay, so SRI's still got a bit of tyre life left. Blanchimon's going to do it a bit of damage.
Did he lift? He's lifting.
Yeah. Okay, so Jason, his last couple of laps were in the mid-22s. As we see Nelly on the pack cam on his soft tyres, he's into the 22s now as well. I'd have expected a bit better from Nelly on the softs. Art Pal with a 22.6. What did SRI do? I don't think he's closed. He hasn't. He did a 22.2, so he did gain 4 tenths, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He hasn't got the tyres.
And are they going to last to the end? That's a question, because it's looking quite low there.
Yeah.
As we see Demon R coming down the Kemmel Straight. He's got a purple sector and hard tyres, and he's played a blinder to SGP and Steve F1.
Absolutely. Now, interestingly as well, so we see Art Pal on the pack cam. SRI is not closing in on him. For Nelly and SRI, I'm trying to think, when did they pit?
Lap 10 and lap 11.
So their soft tyres don't seem to have lasted as well as SGP and Steve F1's did. But I think that's because SGP and Steve F1 ran those soft tyres into the night where the temperatures are cooler, whereas for SRI and Nelly, it's into the sunshine and the tyres taking a little bit more punishment. SGP's pace he's been rapid recently into the 21s, Demon R 22s. I wouldn't be surprised if he now is just thinking, right, do not get a penalty, because Steve F1 is closing that gap. So I won't be surprised if Steve F1 is going to be putting in a good lap time here. And I think Art Pal has got SRI covered off. That gap has grown a little, I think.
Yeah,
it has.
Yeah, it has.
Seeing that camera angle from the previous lap, you can just tell, it's a little bit further back. Okay. So, as I mentioned, we are on the final lap. Demon R then into the bus stop chicane. SGP is on the hard tyres, by the way. Demon R around the final corner. Going to take the victory here in Spa. He'll extend his championship lead. Steve F1 did close up a bit. He's going to finish with a 2:23.8 in the end. SGP with a 22.8. Art Pal, he has fended off SRI. his tyres couldn't cope for SRI. Artpal finishes with a 2:23, and SRI, yeah, that car looks like it's
Look at
labouring.
tyres.
Oh yeah, no tyres. And Jason, I think one more lap,
27.
Jason would have had him. Wow, Jason did a 22.1. Wow, Nelly, his tyres a little bit fresher, but he did pit a lap later than SRI, crosses the line 7th place. Jimmy, he's got a half-second penalty. He might get a 3-second penalty for incorrect entry in the pit lane there. So
Imagine if he had to do another lap.
yeah, that would be funny. So Jimmy is going to cross the line in 8th place, and as we mentioned through the race, unfortunately, Twilight with a did not finish, Conrad with a did not finish, and Formula Gary with a did not finish. Now, over the seasons in DGT League, we have seen plenty of action. This championship is definitely bringing a different type of action. Now, some people may prefer the constant, non-stop overtakes, battles, perhaps falsely created by the boost being on. And some people might not like this particular type of racing, but I do find it very interesting. So for the likes of Demon R here, congratulations to him on the victory. The pitting earlier than his competitors, and coming out as head of Steve F1 and then passing SGP, it wasn't down to pitting and getting the benefit of boost. It was down to pitting and getting the benefit of fresh tyres, clear track, and making the most of it. So it brings in a very different factor to it. And that battle at the end, although it didn't come to anything with Artpal and SRI, the potential was there, and it was brilliant driving from the both of them.
Yep, that was great. Well done, Artpal. Well done, Demon R, winning the race. But yeah, that was quite a mix in that race. We had the jump start corner, then Demon Arby's pit stop, getting to the front, making SGP think he's on softs when he wasn't, and then SRI chasing down Artpal, and also SRI and Nelly. They had quite a bit of time together trying to not battle to lose as less time as possible.
Absolutely. Well, I reckon we go and take a look at the confirmed race result. And while we do that, I will quickly mention that there has been a couple of reports placed. We'll get to those in a moment when we've gone through the order here. Now, we won't go into full detail on it because unless the stewards, while we've been talking, have forwarded it, the information. Yeah. Oh yes, they have. Okay, so we can get onto that in a moment then. Okay, because I do think it is it's very important for all of the drivers to be aware of what happens there. So we'll take a look then at the confirmed race result. So Demon Art taking the victory, maximum 20 points for Steve F1, second place 17 points for him. SGP third, 15 points. Artpal in fourth with 13 points. SRI in fifth place on 12 points. Jason in sixth place on 11 points. Then we've got Nelly in seventh on 10, and Jimmy in eighth on 9. Twilight with his DNF does not score. Conrad with his DNF does not score, but has got a 3-point penalty. We'll get onto that in a moment. And Formula Gary, 11th place, also did not finish, so no score there. Okay.
The DNF, does that mean dummy not found?
Oh dear, oh dear.
I'm only kidding.
That was one of your worst ones. Okay, so on to the stewards' reports. So let's see. So I'm actually going to do this. Oh no, I won't do it this way around. So first incident, 1355, a report on Connor asking, is it an unsafe return to track? So this, I believe, was where we saw Conrad go deep at the bus stop, and then return to track to go to the pits when Art Powell was coming through the chicane. Okay, so the steward's view. Connor braked too late and went off at the chicane, and then made contact with Art Powell as he attempted to rejoin and head for the pits. The steward's verdict is a stage 2 penalty to Connor for an unsafe return to track, which is a -3 point penalty. Additionally, while reviewing this incident, the stewards noted that Connor's throttle appeared to be sticking on under braking, so he may want to check if he has an issue with his pedals. We can talk a little more about that in a moment. So incident 2, this is from Jason. Submitting a protest, an error start. The race should be rerun. Now, before we do quickly go into the details of this, at the time of this happening, I know Jason did, in writing, request a restart of the race, but a restart wasn't granted, and there are reasons for that. But again, we could get to those in a moment if the stewards don't already covered it. So the steward's view. Connor moved well before the start, but then stopped. I think that's meant to say but stopped. It actually says Connor moved well before the start, out, then stopped. I think so. Yeah, Connor moved well before the start. Start lights went out, then stopped. The game forced him to serve his penalty when the lights went out, which meant his car remained stationary. Jason was unable to avoid him and then spun. I don't know, I might change that. I'd be tempted to perhaps change that to Jason couldn't. But I suppose was unable to avoid him is the right. He hit him. So the steward's verdict. The race will not be rerun. This wasn't an error with the game, but a jump start by Connor. The admins were aware at the time that this was the case, having seen Connor's car move before the start, hence the decision to continue with the race. It is understandable why Jason would feel aggrieved, but it has been viewed as a racing incident. Additionally, the admins have tested the start procedure in a lobby to see whether other drivers can see a penalty being displayed above the car that has jump started, and this does not appear to be the case. Therefore, it's possible that Jason didn't know that Connor was serving a penalty, but it is up to the driver behind a stationary car to avoid them, and if they can't, it is just unfortunate and nobody's fault. Also, just want to say how much we appreciate the stewards writing these up as well. So yeah, any thoughts on that there, Ray?
On jump start?
Well, either one really, I suppose.
Yeah, well, the unsafe return to track, like from the left-hand side of the bus stop, going straight over to the right-hand side to get the pit lane. Like you've just overtook a car, so you kind of guess he's going to be near or thereabouts. Yeah, just maybe try. Although, if he went left and didn't go for the pits and stayed off track to go round the bus stop, he might have got reset, but then that's nothing we can change. That's the way the game deals with corner cutting at that point. I think, yeah, a wee bit more of not going towards the pit lane from the other side of the track. Just rejoin a wee bit more safer.
Yeah.
On that one.
I mean, obviously, yeah. There's the unsafe. It was definitely an unsafe return to track. I mean, had he waited and gone for the pits, it wouldn't have been necessarily an unsafe return to track, but he still may have not made the pit entry, and that's what he got part of his 6-second penalty for in the game. 3 seconds for the pit entry because he was on the left-hand side of the bollard. But yeah, so unfortunately, the right thing for Connor to have done there would have either been to stopped and waited for Art Powell to pass, then go, or have continued to keep going left. Regarding the throttle issue that we noticed, or the stewards noticed, I mean, yeah, if you hit the brakes and your throttle is sticking on, yeah, you have a bit of a problem. So Connor, I think, is going to need to have a look into that, because that could also explain why he was then perhaps having a few spins after that. If his throttle was sticking on or staying on, or yeah, acting funny. Because I mean, it's a bit like if you've got a brake or a throttle that's like an on-off switch, you can't control what the car's going to do.
No, you can't, and then that begs a question: has it been happening for a while, and like we've just seen it? Because the amount of times Connor's hit a spin, is it just not? What's the word I'm looking for? Not where it's a constant consistency. It's
Intermittent.
yeah, it happens every now and then.
Or as the Scottish would say, sporadic.
A what?
Sporadic. Sporadic.
Sporadic, yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you
Sporadic? Sporadic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe need to test these pedals.
Yeah.
Try and see if we can.
Because the thing is, if he's been getting frustrated in the last couple of races because the car seems to be doing weird things, or he's not been able to do what he'd been doing in the first few races, if it's down to the pedals, I mean, that's a game. I mean, it's a bit like we had Nelly, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago in one of the races where Twilight just overtook him like he was stood still, and Nelly was on the soft tyre and Twilight was on the hard, and it's because Nelly's throttle wasn't going fully down. So yeah, technical issues can be an absolute nightmare, and if you don't spot it, it can really affect your enjoyment of the racing. What I would say though is, it doesn't appear that any issue with Connor's pedals is what caused the jump start. So I didn't really see it from the spectate camera at the very start of the race, but when we saw the replay, we did clearly see that Connor's car did roll forward briefly, which is more than likely just not holding the brake pedal or holding the handbrake at the right point. The car rolls forwards, and instinct, as your car rolls forward, you hit the brakes, or he's timed it slightly wrong anyway, so he's moved forward a bit before the lights go out, and because his car's stationary, he then can't accelerate. He's serving the penalty. For Jason, it is unfortunate that he's ended up hitting the back of him, and then the chaos that reigned afterwards. But unfortunately, these things happen in racing sometimes, where someone gets a jump start and a car behind isn't able to react in time and makes contact. And
actually, if in real life, if they stall it, it's a thing that, although this game gives a penalty there and then instead of maybe giving a time penalty at the timing line, but the penalty line, sorry. It just gives it straight away, but it's like Connor just stalled his car. That's the way you kind of view it a wee bit as well. You stalled his car, you've got to go around him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see why they have the penalty straight away. It's so that you cannot gain from jump starting. However, I do think they would be better off by having a severe time penalty for it. That way, like if you got a 3-second time penalty for a jump start, I mean, I'm trying to think. So in Formula 1, if you jump start, it's either going to be a 5-second penalty, a 10-second penalty, or a drive-through penalty. So a 3-second penalty for a jump start wouldn't be too excessive. And would you gain 3 seconds? Maybe if you went straight away. But if you went straight away, maybe it should be like, okay, if you go when the first light is on, it's 5 seconds. The second light's 4 seconds. Third light, 3 seconds. And so on. So if you do jump start, when it comes down to the penalty zone, you serve your penalty there. But it is what it is. But I fully understand Jason's frustration. But it's one of those things as well where, had Jason been able to communicate vocally with the drivers at the time, then he'd have been able to go, whoa, what the hell was that? And others would have been able to say, Connor jump started and then his car didn't move. and Jason would have known straight away that there wasn't an issue as such. But yeah, I feel for Jason because he was absolutely battered about at the start. But then I feel for Gary. Gary did really well, avoided Art Pal, and then all of a sudden Jason's there.
Hello.
I mean, if Gary,
you want a bit of Swedish?
yeah, absolutely. But anyway, so there we go. There's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately, and hopefully Jason will understand, having seen the replays of it. Okay, time now to take a look then at the confirmed championship standings. We've got 2 races to go. Demon R. Actually, Ray, I'll let you take us through the standings here. Because I've waffled enough. I'm going to sit back and have a drink.
We got Demon R in first place on 125 points, followed by Steve F1, 115 points, so 10 point difference, sorry. And then SGP at 109 points. Behind Steve F1 in third place. Fourth place, Connor on 84 points. I don't know if he's lost. He lost.
Yeah, he was on 87.
So he's lost some points there, which has brought Jason close to him on 81 points. Jason 5th place in the championship. And then we've got 6th place, Art Pal with 72 points. Followed closely by SRI in 7th on 70 points. Then there's a bit of gap down to Twilight. He's got 47 points in 8th place. And followed closely by Nelly on 46 points in 9th place. And then a wee bit of a gap down to Gary in 39 points, 10th place in the championship. And then Jimmy's quite close to him. He's in 37 points, 11th place in the championship, Jimmy is. So there's going to be a couple of wee battles going on throughout to get the points and places. And then we've got 12th place Rich and 19th points, who couldn't make. He's not made a couple of races with commitments. And then 13th place Critical, 17 points, who was going to be here, but he's not here. He's coming next week or the week after. But he's got commitments as well. So
I like the way you're calling children commitments.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't have them. The only commitments I have was the old movie.
That's not the Commitments. Was it the Commitments?
There was a movie called The Commitments, and it was about a band.
Mustang Sally.
Yeah, Mustang Sally. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But with a tune. Okay, so yeah, we've also got Hay and Bob that still haven't been able to get onto the track. But there we go, that's the championship standings for us. I mentioned we've got 2 races left to go. So, Ray, what's the next track?
The next track is Nürburgring GP.
Nürburgring? Is that the dead long one?
No, that's in Oshleaf.
Oh, okay. Well, I do believe we've got a little bit of a video, a bit like last week, of the Nürburgring. So let's go and take a look.
Yes, we come up to pole position lights, starting lights. It's approximately about 230 metres to the braking point into turn 1. And I've lost my turn. Yokohama S is that we're going into.
Oh, is it Yokohama S's, is it?
Oh, Yokohama. Yokohama, yeah. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Oh, look, I didn't know that. There's a roller coaster there.
Did you not know? Oh, just you wait then. Just you wait. Okay, so this is a tricky braking zone, this, I find.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be hard on the brakes and then try and get into that apex there, and be careful, everybody, because the first lap, first race, you don't win there. So just be careful your spacing. People coming down the inside if you're not defending it. And as we come to the Mercedes Arena, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can get the car sideways round here, touching the natural turf and whatnot, a bit too much, and then it's hard breaking into. I don't. I've
Brake
lost.
early as well. Well, this is
Yeah.
the Mercedes complex, because
Yeah.
that stand there is the Mercedes standards. Be careful of running wide here as well, folks. Left of the white line there is off track limits.
Yeah, and if the game doesn't give you a penalty and drivers see it and report you and you are doing it constantly, you're more likely to get a penalty.
Duck.
So, duck. Oh, Jesus. I think I lost an inch of hair there. Or I just got past that by a blow here. I've lost where I am in the track. Turn 5. Turn 5 is not down a couple of gears. I think it's about a third gear corner, and here you can keep it in third gears. Sometimes I like to put it into second gear, try and get the car to turn a wee bit more. Just be careful of the exit, the gravel. It will slow you down. So we come down to the hairpin, turn 7.
If you ever need to know what corner you're at down here, there's an easy way to know.
It says 666. We're in turn 606.
No. Now 777. 8.
I got one to pick with this game. Where's the Scotland flag?
There, the blank one. It's there, they're all drunk.
As we come up the hairpin, you want to be careful on the exit the hairpin. We might see people spin it here at the hairpin. It's kind of one of the places we see people getting on the throttle too early. And remember, it could rain here, so make for an interesting race as we come up to the Michael Schumacher. Yes, you see it. It tells you.
Yep.
You want to be careful here of going wide, and it's going to be hard to go side by side through here. You can't do it, but you'll be slow as hell, as we can see the Mercedes building over on the right hand side. And then it's fast on the accelerator, up the gears. I think you might get to 5th gear, I'm not too sure.
Possibly.
And then about the 100-meter board, you want to be hitting the brakes or just before, and then turn into turn 10. Watch you don't go too wide, and you've got a chance you could spin it on the exit there of turn 10 as we come around turn 11. Warsteiner curve.
Ah, right. Okay.
That's what the
I think it's the one that used to spawn. Oh, did you ever know that was there?
No, I can't see that in the bloody car.
I've driven around here for years. Never knew there was a pond there.
Yep, and then we come into this kink, so you're going to be going all through the gears. I wonder if this kink should be flat out in the wet, shouldn't it?
It depends how wet. It might not be.
Yeah. Not many people are here to see your track guide, you know. Yeah. And that coincides with when they done they upgraded it and put in the amusement park and that. The numbers declined as well as we come to the chicane. Be careful of cutting this because you are going to get a penalty, and the exit can be a nightmare. You can get a spin on there. And now this pit lane, Twilight, remember to slow down and go round the corner to get into the pit lane. If you go straight on, it will not allow you to go into the pit lane. So we come round the last corner down at BMW. So it must be a BMW place here as well, Mercedes place.
And that on the left is the hotel that the Formula 1 drivers stay in when they race here.
Oh, right, and then that's a tower, okay.
Oh. Are they? Oh.
I don't know, it was that. Does it go all the way down? Imagine that going past you in race day. Oh, well, I don't think they'll have it on in race day, would they?
I don't think they do on race day. But it's actually, it's one of the most famous features of the Nürburgring GP circuit. Is
that why
the roller coaster?
Ferrari made that other
Ferrari
one?
World at Abu Dhabi, probably.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I think it may be shaped like a bit like a race car as well. Yeah, off behind the building it goes, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I mean, a couple of features there that people may have never known were at the track, a bit like the roller coaster and the pond. But this is the thing, though. Now you'll go. Well, actually, you won't. You'll forget, but you should now. Next time you go, you'll drive around Nürburgring. Every time you go, have I not seen that roller coaster before? Because it's so glaringly obvious. It's just you never look over there.
In the game, does a roller coaster actually go?
I don't think it does. Also,
you know, like Daytona, apparently a rocket.
Yes, I've not seen that yet. Yeah, apparently a NASA rocket takes off, but I haven't seen it myself, so I don't know for certain. But I've got a feeling, you know, there is another roller coaster at Suzuka.
Really?
I know there's a big wheel, but I'm pretty sure there used to be a roller coaster as well. I could be wrong. But yeah, so that was.
These are like going to be a thing from the next seasons. We'll be able to have a look at the tracks we haven't been to and done it.
Well, something you will not have seen from the first one of these that we did, that was a lot longer because it was just on in the background, is that I was flying the drone around the track and all of a sudden had a head-on collision with a bird. And I ended up flying around the bird, a big bloody bird as well. But yeah, and I was quite surprised. I would not have expected them to have a bird. I mean, I was about 150 foot up in the air, so why they've got put a bird up there, I don't know. I mean, it has no effect on the game, but yeah.
Hey, what if it shits and
something goes over a
tyre?
Well, oh yeah, it could do that, yeah.
You go over it in your tyre and you end up spinning.
Yeah. Well.
What track was that at? Did Conrad spin at that track?
It was Fuji. Yeah, he did.
It
might have been affected by the bird shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, right. well, on that bird shell, I think we're just about done for this one. So, thank you very much for taking us through the Nürburgring circuit. And remember, folks, as Ray said, it can rain there, but also just to remind you, the last race of the championship is going to be at Bathurst, and that is also going to be a day-night cycle. It can't rain there, can it? I hope not.
No.
But here's a question for you. If Demon R happens to have the championship wrapped up before Bathurst, does he have to do the Champions Challenge?
I'd say yes, but I think it's but not because there was something that Apal couldn't do it for some reason.
That's because his teammate they were still in the team's championship. With Twilight, yeah. But
I don't know. I think Damon I would like it. I think he'd like that challenge if it was to happen.
But 2 minutes behind though, without boost.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, it was hard. It was hard enough being 2 minutes behind with boost. So maybe not as far. Maybe a shorter period of time might be beneficial. Maybe like, I don't know, a pit stop length or something like that. Or maybe, I mean, races as normal, but has to pit at the end of lap 1.
But then it depends if the hards can get all the way
one all
the way.
Maybe he'll just have to make sure that make sure the championship goes to the last race. Problem solved. Right. Well, it'll be an interesting topic of conversation either way. Right, Ray, thank you very much for joining us on commentary.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to the admins. Thank you to the drivers, and the stewards. I said about the stewards not doing much work in the work's coming in.
Commentators curse that. Commentators curse.
But thank you to everybody.
Also, apologies for last week's race video where apparently when talking about the confirmed championship standings at the end of the race, there was no picture of the championship standings. So apologies for that. Right, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching, listening. You know what to do. Hit that like, smash the notification bell, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you do want to get involved in the Dynamic GT League, find us on Facebook, drop us a message, and you'll find out just how mental we all really are. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you all again soon.
Ta-da!